Is Mr. Chintlin a resident of the mobile home park?
He is, yes.
Okay.
Did you go out there today?
Yes.
Okay, you go around the curve, the first mobile home on the left is where he lives.
That first one on the left, that
Yeah,
was his
right.
home?
That was his home, yes.
Okay.
How fast was he driving? Do you have any indication of that?
I have no clue, but I can assure you it's over 55 mile an hour.
So can you confirm that there was a shooting at his residence?
I can say that the commotion started at his residence. I can say that the citizens in that area said they heard shot. However, this shooting here to the vehicle, right at this time we're still trying to put down where it happened at. We do believe there was another shooting taking place after one of his residents out when you come back out of the mobile home park before you come back on the main highway, right in there somewhere.
So where those 3 mobile homes
Right,
are
right,
when you first pull in?
Right.
You believe that a shooting happened there?
In the area between the drive coming out of the park and Highway 53.
And these were related to the shooting that started at his house?
Yes, we think it is related, yes, sir.
Could he have possibly been in his car? Is that maybe what we're investigating?
No, we can't. We can't put possibilities. What we have to do is our investigation will have to reveal the facts before we give you the facts.
Talk about his car, though, because we did have bullet holes in his car, correct?
He had bullet holes in his car, and the concentration of bullet holes, if you notice, I think it was the one in the fender was number 1 in the fender. 2, 3, and 4 were in the door where a person would be sitting, which would indicate that the shooter was concentrating on that door for a purpose, and the shots, if you notice, were concentrated not all on the side of the car, but right there in the driver's door.
Do we think this was drug related?
Again, sir, like I said, we have to deal with facts and investigations. We will tell you some drugs were discovered in this, and if you notice that large screen TV back there, that 60-inch TV in the room where the vehicle would be processed, it was taken because it was stolen in a break-in last year. So that is why it's back there.
When you say drugs were found in this, and were they found in his home?
Drugs were found in an associate's possession of his. What part they played in it, I do not know, but drugs were a part of this as possession.
But as far as we know, he was the only person in the car.
In the car, I would, yes. I'm saying yes because all indications, if it had been somebody there, they'd probably been there when we got there.
I just had a question. I didn't know if Mr. Chintlin had any criminal history.
Mr. Chintlin does have a criminal history with us here in the Onslow County Detention Center. I don't know exactly how far back it was, but he's, I think he turned 21 in December, and at the age of 20 or before, he's been a visitor or been a resident of the Onslow County Detention Center, yes. And I believe it was relating to drugs.
Are there any suspects?
We can't address that right now.
So no arrests have been made?
No arrests have been made. Understanding as we talk right now, we've probably got as many as 10 people out there interviewing and examining the crime scene again. This happened last night about 11 o'clock in darkness on these type of investigations as far as collecting projectiles or other stuff that may be left by the shooting. It is impossible. We have to wait the daytime and go back and look into it.
Were you all initially called to where the crash site happened or to the mobile home park?
We were called to a disturbance at the mobile home park. On the way to the disturbance, the crash we discovered probably is 3/4 of a mile from the mobile home park itself.
And to be clear, he was dead when y'all arrived.
He was DOA, yes ma'am.
Okay. Talk about, I know you said that there were no drugs in the car, but there was something in the car throughout y'all's investigation. Can we talk about that?
There was a nice automatic 40 caliber handgun. When I say nice, it wasn't a fly-by-night piece of firearm. It was a good quality firearm, name brand firearm. Yes, ma'am.
Is there any indication of whether or not there were any shots fired from that firearm?
That is a process that has to be done through ballistic checks and stuff like that.
So as a law enforcement officer, I mean, have you seen anything like this before where you're still kind of questioning the cause of death? And
Well, last night when you have the impact and you've seen the car and your viewing audience will see the car, the first thing you do is don't go in with a preconceived idea of what took place, and that's why when the first news release went out, we got a crash, we got a deceased person, and we will leave it up to the medical examiner to tell us that what possibly caused his death. And as you got on the bottom of your release, this far in the autopsy is still ongoing. There has been one projectile, one bullet hole in the chest area about right along here.
so when you say projectile, a bullet?
Bullet, yes ma'am, that's the lead that comes out of the bullet, yes ma'am.
He was DOA when you all arrived
At
here.
the scene, yes sir.
Is it safe to say he was not living while the car was still moving?
No, like I told you, we can't deal with facts that we can't deal with assumptions that we don't know. We have to deal with facts that we do know, that he was dead when we got there at the car.
Sheriff Brown, if you could speak about maybe how difficult these types of investigations are, seeing as how it did happen at night and trying to process witnesses and kind of piece everything together after the fact.
Well, in these kind of situations, witnesses are going to be few because most of the time at 11 o'clock at night in the rural community, people are in bed asleep. The people who live right close by, who was the lady across the street, heard some gunshot. When the vehicle left the mobile home park, if it took place there at the intersection going into the mobile home park, it would have been a couple of 300 yards from where the residence is. I understand they heard some more shots. Understand, if you go back and look at the area, there's not any residents right in that general area. The 3 mobile homes are empty. Witness-wise, there was a girlfriend, and she is being questioned and has been questioned last night. We feel good that there is going to be some suspects or arrests made in this case soon, yes sir. Yeah.
I know we're still in the first 48 hours of your investigation. Right now, are you seeking any public help in getting this solved or no?
I don't know what public help you could seek. Y'all are going to do us and the community a great favor by your news tonight. This is not an isolated case where it's going to be one person. There's probably going to be 2 or 3 people involved with the persons that is involved in the shooting. So it's not isolated. It didn't have to back in.
40 cal.
40 cal, nice automatic weapon pistol. I don't mean it to be for jumping past it. It's got one shot pass through, and then we bring that shot here. But the window is down, and it's got a pass through shot from projectile in the window. Weapon was